Now you think I'm gonna take profit, and then this happens. Welcome to another review of mine. In today's video I'm going to be reviewing the trades that I took last week. But before I do, I need to share with you the rules that I have in terms of risk management. And the rule number one is that I trade extremely small, only one micro contract per trade, and this is how each beginner should be trading. Rule number two is that I have a cap of 3 or less trades per day. I mean, if there's no setup, even less than 3. Rule number 3 is that I have extremely tight stop loss, which is 7 ticks. And rule number 4 is I'm only allowed to lose up to $25 a day, and that is the maximum. Now let's review some trades. This week we entered the summer season, meaning that the market is going to be less volatile and the trades would take longer than usual, and you would have to be more patient. Monday started very interesting. I was able to spot a potential fake move in a bullish market, so I went short. It was going very well and I was very confident in the move. These made me very biased, as I thought that there is going to be a trend reversal in the market and the market's going to go on the downside, so I kept holding my short position. Typically when I'm trading only one micro contract, I tend to take profit around 10 points from where I entered, and on this particular trade I was 11 points up and I took no profits. But not only that, I didn't take any profits, I lost money on the market, which is ridiculous. If I was trading multiple contracts, I would have definitely took some profits around that area, which is a key support. Let the rest contracts run, but I'm only trading one micro contract for the purpose of this channel, and this is what happened. And one contract is key, as I said. If you are an absolute beginner, you should definitely trade small. Please use me as an example on how an absolute beginner should be trading. The second trade was an absolute disaster. I repeated one of the mistakes that I made mostly, and it was to and it was the fear of missing out. So I made a late entry on a trade and I don't even know what I was thinking. There was a spike in buying volume and I went on the opposite direction. I mean, it's just crazy. Tuesday started with another loser. I was able to spot some bullish signals around the moving average where I take majority of my trades, and I went long. But unfortunately, because of my tight stop loss, I was not able to, get on that move and get it going. And this happens to me sometimes because of the tight stop loss that I have, but at the minute this is what I am aiming to use in order to minimize the losses while trading. And if you're a beginner, that should be your aim number one, to minimize losses. In about 5 minutes at the exact same area, I was convinced that the market's gonna go up and I went long. I have a 5-tick delta showing lots of green, as well as Nasdaq was bullish. The buying volume was strong and that was enough to convince me. Soon after I entered the trade, it went in my direction, and unlike yesterday's trade, around 10 points, I took profit at the minute I saw some sort of a resistance. I didn't make any more trades on Tuesday, but overall it put me back on track after having 3 consecutive losers and I was able to, get back on my feet and look towards the next trading days. On Wednesday, I was trading straight out of the US Open, which is something that I sometimes do. Typically, when the day starts, there's more volume right off the bat, meaning that there would be a potential move that you can catch. And during season times, when the trades take longer than normal, and I was aiming to catch an immediate move out of the US Open. However, I have to say that this is not what many traders recommend and do. Wednesday was similar to Tuesday in a way, because I got stopped out of a trade, which I then had to re-enter because of my tight stop. But I'm not going to repeat myself again on the tight stop loss, but this is something that perhaps I'm going to be looking at in the future. The second trade that I took was not bad, but not good entry either, so it was something in between. There was a potential my stop loss to be hit again, but this did not happen because the favor almost immediately went in my favor. The trade took approximately 10 minutes, and although the trend was visible, I didn't want to make my Monday's mistake and took profits a little bit earlier. If my entry was decent, I was able to collect about 10 points instead of 7, but in trading there's no such thing as if, but or maybe. On Thursday, I broke one of my rules and I made 4 trades instead of 3. And the reason behind it is that because I forgot to put a stop loss prior entering a trade, and I had to cancel that trade immediately. On that day, the market was consolidating hard, which meant that it's neither bullish nor bearish, and in days like such it is more difficult for me for some reason to trade. The second trade that I took was around the moving average when I saw that the buyers are holding the level. It almost immediately went in my favor, the volume was pumping and there was a high probability of the market going up. My take profit was in key resistance as I was not confident that there's going to be breakout. On days like such you cannot trust the bulls or the bears, so be careful. I was happy that I was not aiming for much on this trade and I was able to be very realistic and take profit exactly where I'm supposed to do. Actually, I believe I know the reason why it is difficult for me to trade in a range, and it's because of one of my worst and at the same time one of my best personal trades, and that is over-optimistic. This is leading me to seek for a breakthrough in a market, and it is not always happening and I'm losing money or I'm not taking profits on time. My third trade was again small in size with a total duration of about 10 minutes, which is the most common duration of my trades. I went long on a level where I saw the buyers were holding. It was above the moving average, but on days like such I do not trust my trades. With such massive spike in volume, you would expect the price to go up, but this did not happen on this trade, and this actually made me question the probability of things happening. The buyers were again struggling in this key resistance area, so I decided to just close the trade and take the profits that were left there, which was only 2 points, but at least I'm not losing money. Fourth trade that I made was at the most recent high the market just made, and it was the best entry of the week. I was thinking that the market is going to go down to the bottom of the range, which is something that happens on such days. But I have to say that when I saw some sort of a support that was formed around the moving average, which is an area that I normally use to go long, I lost a good amount of confidence in the move, but I kept holding anyway. And then the market kept going in my direction. At a certain stage I was 6 points up, but I didn't take profit in the previous support area, which I found funny when I started reviewing the trades. It was surprising for me that on the same day, in a matter of a couple of minutes, I would have took the right and the wrong decision. As you saw in the second trade, I took profits where I saw that the buyers were struggling, our previous resistance area, and now I'm going short and I'm not taking profit in a previous support. Well, I can conclude I'm happy with my performance on Thursday, and I'm not only happy because I was able to make some profits, but I'm also happy because I identified something that I have to work on, and that is my exit strategy. And this is going to be one of my key lessons for this week. On Friday I started looking for a fade move. I thought we were in a bullish trend. I was thinking that we're going to see an 8 or 10 point pullback, and this is why I decided to go short. Soon after I entered the trade, I saw that the buyers are actually keeping the level. There was a spike in volume and the price was held above the moving average, which meant that it was not going to go down and that I was actually wrong. My second trade came about 10 minutes late, and it was a long position at an area that the buyers were holding like they did in my first trade. But this time I was on the right side of the market. My entry was not bad and not good at the same time, but at least my stop loss wasn't hit. I was able to see that the buyers were in control, but I was not willing to hold this trade for long because all I wanted to do is to finish the week on a winner. Soon after I saw some resistance after bouncing off the moving average, I decided to close the trade, but unfortunately because of my poor execution I was not able to take the most of it. But at least, you know, a winner is still a winner. And I'm happy in fact that I closed that trade a little bit earlier because 2 minutes after the price went again to the moving average and I decided to go one more long again. On this trade, if I have to be fair, I wasn't looking for any massive moves, and as soon as I saw some sort of a resistance, I decided just to close the trade and finish it off on another winner. So I preserved the profits by exiting the trades and taking those 4 points as a final winner on Friday. Overall, this week I'm up just under $170, which could have been more if I took profits on Monday, but as I said earlier, there is no if, but, or maybe in trading. The lessons from this week is that I should be more consistent in my take profit decisions, meaning that I'll have to work on the exit strategy that I have, which, if I have to be honest, I've been neglecting and I shouldn't have. As the exit strategy is almost as important as your entry strategy. Anyway, I have to say that I am satisfied with my performance this week, even though I made some mistakes. And not only that I'm green, I also know what I should start looking into, and this is even more important than the profits. And this is it for this weekly review. If you want to watch more of these, you know, there is a list that you can check. Thank you for watching the video. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the content and subscribe for more.